Our first question is from Josh Jackson. When training isometrics, should you do them from the stretched position where you're weaker or mid position where you are stronger?
Yes.
Yeah.
In other words,
both equals yes.
Do them all isometrics, do them in all positions. So you could do an isometric and a stretch. So if I'm doing a fly, right, I'd be holding a weight in this position here as an isometric, or I could push on an immovable object in this position. I could also do it mid-range. I could also do it peak contraction.
That being said, though, wouldn't you guys all agree that the biggest bang for your buck, if you had to choose one or the other, is going to be in the weaker position, doing an isometric contraction?
Well, yeah, if you want that
More
strength
in-range
carryover.
position. Yeah, just because you don't typically try to generate force in some of those angles. And I think that there's massive benefit to that carrying into conventional lifts.
Yeah, I'll say this. For lagging body parts, typically, a lagging body part is a body part that you just don't connect to as well as other body parts. It's hard for you to feel a lagging body part when you're doing a compound lift, for example. In that case, I like isometrics in the shortened position. Like if I have a tough time activating my glutes, doing a shortened position, like a hip thrust, but at the top and squeeze the glutes will help me connect more to my glutes. And I find that to be true for any muscle group where I have it's a lagging body part or poor connection. But nonetheless,
well, wouldn't you agree that's for for your hips, like that would, or your glutes, that would be where a lot of people are weak.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a tough
people aren't normally weak in the extension, right? On that, right?
It's harder to connect to a muscle in its stretched position, and if you already have a tough time connecting,
it's kind of like calves. I feel calves are the same way too. Calves less in the stretch position, calves in the flex position. There's not really a really good connection.
Yeah, like imagine if you had a tough connection to your pecs, it'd be harder to connect to them in isometric and stretch than the peak contraction, the squeeze. So that's why I would say start there. But really, when you do an isometric, you're getting most of the strength that you get in isometric is in that position. And I think it's 20 degrees.
Yeah, it's like 15 degrees.
Is it 15?
Both sides, yeah.
15 degrees up and down. Mm-hmm. So that's where the carryover is. So really, if you want full range of motion strength from isometrics, you do isometrics in different positions. And that's where you're going to get the best results. But the other way to use them is what you guys are kind of talking about, where if I, for example, do a squat and I find that the bottom position of squat is where I'm weakest, I'll do isometrics in the bottom position and I'll gain strength in that bottom position. So then when I do my squat, it's no longer as weak as it used to be and have better control, better stability, and better power. But that's the beauty of isometrics, is that you can literally train strength in whatever range of motion or position you want. And so what you should do is go through your body and identify where you need the most help and then attack that angle. And the carryover is just tremendous.
Yeah, where is there, a leak of force? Like, where is there a leak of performance in your lift? Like, that's where I would hone in on and really use this technique because it's very valuable.
Yeah, where do you guys prefer to do isometrics? And it just where it depends on where you're.
Yeah, it depends. Yeah, like you said, in range. Like for a squat, for me, it's generating force at the very bottom and really focusing in on that is where I need it the most.
I did this morning. I did isometrics this morning, and I actually did it at both ends. And ironically, what triggered me to do it was I was on our buddy Eugene Tao's feed, which I know we've beaten up recently, and he actually had a really good post for calves, and he did an isometric hold in the stretch position and an isometric hold at the top.
Oh yeah,
and 10 reps. So 10 reps with the isometric 3-second hold at the top, and then 10 reps with an isometric hold at the bottom, and then 10 full reps. Oh, massive pump and felt amazing on my calves this morning. So, and I actually have not ever done that exact protocol. And of course I understand the purpose behind it. And so I thought, you know what, like now I do isometric holds on my calves a lot. In fact, I'll even do stuff like this because that's obviously a lagging body part for me. I'll even do them like in the shower. So in the shower and I'll stand up on my tippy toes and just contract and hold for 10, 15 seconds, then come down, contract.
I just picture you right now, just in the shower and just.
You do picture me in the shower all the time.
I'm going to go ahead and not picture that.
You
go ahead.
Hold on. Hold on a second.
I picture you in the shower, Adam.
Hold on a second. You know for a fact, I guarantee you have 2 or 3 fluffy loofah things that you. 100%.
I do not. I am not a loofah guy.
Yes, you do.
I'm not a loofah guy.
You don't got a pink
My
one
wife is. My wife has a loofah.
Oh, that's what those are.
Yeah, I'm not a loofah guy, dude. I'm a
bar soap.
Yeah, I'm a bar soap, and I use our partners. So yeah, Public Goods. Shout out to Public Goods. It's not even a commercial. There you go.